Hello denizens of the internet, it is I, Veriax, here with an update video for you, in which I'm going to ramble on about streaming, about LPing, about the differences between the two, and changes that may happen forthwith between them. Nothing bad, don't worry. I'm quitting YouTube! Everyone's like, yay! But no. So if you fancy watching that, then grab a bevy, you know, tea, coffee, vodka, whatever you like, and sit with me throughout the duration of this video as I ramble on about those subjects. So what are we looking at? This is a video that I uploaded about 2 months ago, about streaming and how I figured it'd be a good idea for me to stream more because what I was doing was basically, you know, I game on a night a lot of the time, and so I figured I'd just stream that. So I made a schedule and I said that, right, I'm going to stream here, 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 and here, and started doing it. So 2 months has passed and stuff's changed in 2 months. I've been cancelling a lot more streams lately. Currently what we've got is on Sundays I'm playing Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, which I'm really enjoying, and that will not change. I'm just going to keep streaming Sunday nights because it's a really nice way to wrap up my weekend rather than dreading Sunday nights, because of course with the Monday morning approaching I get to think, yeah, you know, I'm going to stream tonight, so that's something for me to put in there, put in that little slot, which is cool, and so I like that. Also on, this isn't on this because it has changed since I uploaded this video. It is actually over here though, so let's go to this. Let's go to my Twitch page. On Tuesdays I am doing creative writing, which is really neat actually. I'm really enjoying that. It was just like a little experiment because I'm a bumbling kind of, wouldn't even call me a writer, you know, but I've written stuff in the past, and that's a nice little medium for me and a group of people, quite a close-knit yet small community we have on the creative writing stream, in which we discuss writing. You know, I bring up subjects and we talk about them, like motivations and editing and stuff like that, and we write short stories and we share them with each other, and I read them and we talk about them and admire them and critique them if needed, you know, whatever. And it's really nice, and it's a good motivational tool for me to start writing, start looking at stuff and, you know, editing and whatnot, and basically getting off my arse and doing stuff with the whole keyboard rather than WASD. And it's working. It is working. It's really good. And also on Mondays and Fridays we are playing Deus Ex Invisible War just here, and that is a hell of a decent game, I gotta say. I know it's got this in front of it, which is its downfall. If it was just its standalone thing, it is its own thing, I reckon it'll be, you know, have much a better rep than what it has, because it is certainly not a bad game. It's just not as good as the first one. But anyway, I'm currently, I think, about 2/3, if not 3/4, if not even further into the game than that, so that's ongoing. And I stream that twice a week, or at least I'm supposed to. That is what is suffering. I am cancelling more and more streams. All of this is saying, you know, no Friday stream, no Baldur's Gate stream, no Friday stream. I'm cancelling more streams because a couple of things has changed. For example, the creative writing thing has made me, has motivated me to write a bit more, and writing takes time, and I, you know, write on a afternoon, evenings is normally when I sit down to do this sort of stuff, and I'm streaming 4 times out of the 7. Equally, I've started learning Spanish, so I go to Spanish classes on an evening. On Wednesday evenings I go to Spanish class, and I'm enjoying that, and I want to embrace it, if you like, until that involves studying, and so that's another evening, and it really should be not a whole evening, but you know, it takes time to study and sort of look through my notes in between, and so basically I don't have enough time to maintain this schedule, so I am going to change things around, basically. Once I have finished Deus Ex Invisible War, and I'm not going to rush it because I'm going to respect it, like I say, it's a very decent game in its own way, and I do like it, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm having good fun with it, and it's up on the VStreams channel if you're aware of that. It's my stream recording channel. where I record other stuff. Then, you know, stuff from my streams. Once I finish that, I'll stop streaming. Not as regularly. So the Tuesday thing, the creative writing thing, will remain. So will the Sunday night. Those two will stay exactly the same. But the Mondays and Fridays thing, I don't think I'm going to keep as regimented. I don't think I'm going to keep them at all, really. However, you know, of course, I have in the past and I will continue to stream randomly, probably on a weekend, you know, Friday nights, Saturday nights, throughout the day on Saturday, which I was tempted to do today, but I didn't, obviously, because I haven't streamed today, but I was tempted to. But yeah, I'm gonna stop streaming so much. And another thing is, I've been streaming on Twitch for 2 months now. As you know, I moved to Twitch from Hitbox, and I moved to Hitbox from Twitch before that. So I've got a good experience of both of them, and I'm gonna let you guys into a secret now. And this is a proper secret, so you know, just between you and me, this sort of thing is. But here we go. Hitbox is better. It is. I don't know whether it's because it's smaller that it's better, but it is better. It's got votes and it's got less chat lag. Everything else it does that Twitch does. So I'm going to move back to it. I'm going to move back to Hitbox. Once I've finished Deus Ex Invisible War, I'm going to move to Hitbox. I don't know whether Hitbox has a creative thing going, or whether it's just games. You know, if I'll break the terms of service by doing the creative writing thing on Hitbox, and I'll do the creative writing thing on Twitch, and I'll just stream games on Hitbox. And I know that'll be confusing, but I just want to use Hitbox because it's better. I miss the votes. I miss doing fighting fantasy books with people, and stuff like that. I miss it. I do. I miss it, and I can't do it on Twitch. So I'm going to move it back to Hitbox, and I think I'll be better off for it. So that's that. So I'll be, because I'm not doing the Mondays and Fridays thing, which tend to be about, you know, 2 to 3 hours each. That's 4 to 6 hours a week I'm saving, plus, you know, 2 afternoons, evenings that I can use to edit my stories, to write them, to learn Spanish, etc., etc. I think it'll be better for me. And one advantage that LPing has over streaming is that I can LP at any time. And what I tend to do is I tend to record LPs on an afternoon, like early afternoon, because I finish work at 2 o'clock. That's when I tend to come home and record stuff, like obviously KOTOR and The Witcher 2 as it is now. So I can start another LP up, because I'm not really losing any time there. You know, I'll get home sometimes and, you know, it might be say 3 o'clock when I get in because I've got to do something. I'm thinking, well, I'm streaming in 4 hours, I've got to get something to eat, got to do this, got to do that, I don't have to record. Now that won't happen so much, so I can start up another LP. Now, as I'm sure you all know, The Witcher 2 is finishing soon. In fact, tomorrow it's finishing, if I load this today, which I will upload this now, once I've finished rambling on. And so that leaves us with KOTOR 2, which I'm really enjoying, and Divinity Original Sin with Lilia, who, by the way, should be online by now, so we should start getting recording, but she's not showed up. Where is she? I don't know. And that will start soon, because we've got a nice buffer going. Blame her. She's the one with the life. She's the one who's always, oh, I gotta go out, I gotta go to a wedding, I gotta see things, my sister's visiting, yada 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 yada, me. So I'm like, fine, have a life. See, I'm just sat here, you know, talking to a computer and you guys. So, you know, it's not my fault. But yeah, that'll start up soon, because we are building a nice buffer on that. And with that as well, I've been playing it myself beforehand. You know, I've got my own game going. So pretty soon in the LP, my knowledge kicks in, and there's more direction to it, and I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing, and that really helps. You know, I don't push the LP along. I don't say, right, we're doing this, we're doing that. But because I know what we're doing, it should really help in our playing of the game. So that's going to continue, obviously. But with The Witcher finishing, we have room for, obviously, another LP that will start up. And because I've stopped streaming so much, I can start another one. And that won't interfere with my time so much. So here are my options, basically, and this is just for you guys who have made it this far into the video to have some input on. I've got 2 slots free, and I've got 3 games I'm thinking about. Saints Row 3 is kind of a game I want to play. I think I'm going to start playing Saints Row 3. The return of Head Stomper will be back. That'll just be a neat thing that I can do Fridays when I'm coming from work. I want to do that, so that's a given. And I'm kind of wondering about 2 others. Vampire the Masquerade, which I know I said I would do on the Twitcher LP, but only about 2 people picked up on it, so, you know, I'm not too worried about disappointing people. And that's probably what I'll do, because it's shorter than the other one. And the other one is Morrowind. I said a long time ago at the end of VMA that I was going to do a roleplay of Morrowind, and I was just sort of like flicking. I don't even know how I found it, but I found some videos on Tribunal, the expansion, and I never finished it. So I want to play that. Like, I'm doing Delog's Tower with Baldur's Gate on the stream, so that's another thing I've never done. And I've never played the Hall of Tribunal in Morrowind. I know, that's shocking, isn't it? And because that DLC sort of takes place after the main quest in Morrowind, I'll have to play the main quest as a character. So that'll be a long LP. So what I'm thinking about doing is Vampire the Masquerade and Saints Row 3. That will accompany KOTOR 2 and Divinity Original Sin. So that's kind of a nice mix, isn't it? Because we got Saints Row 3, which will be like a nice mess around, sort of like relaxing kind of game where I can cut loose and do what I want type thing. I don't really care too much about role playing apart from stomping on heads, which seems to be Head Stomper's character. We got 2 blinds role playing games. We got not Divinity. We got KOTOR 2 and we got Vampire the Masquerade going in tandem, probably on weekdays. And then we'll have Divinity Original Sin, which is a nice co-op LP, in which I know what I'm doing, so that won't necessarily be blind because I've already played it previously to when we get to the bit that we're recording. I think that's a nice little mix. As well as streaming on Sundays with Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, and that will keep going for a number of years, number of weeks yet, I think, number of months, and then I'll probably replace it with something else, I don't know yet. And the Creative Writing thing. And that will leave me time on an evening as well to do stuff as well. So that's basically my plan. And moving over to Hitbox because it's better. More random streams, more votes with do we turn down the right corridor of death or the left corridor of death and see which vote on which way we die, basically. I really enjoyed those streams, and I just can't do them on Twitch because it doesn't have a voting system. And I know there's alternatives, and I know I can do a straw polls and stuff like that, but it's not built in, it's not the same, and all the ones I found on Twitch that use the chat aren't anonymous, and I kind of like the anonymity of it all. It's just better. Hitbox is just better, get over it, it just really is, it is better. Maybe it's better because it's smaller, and so there's less people on it, so it's sharper and crisper, and maybe, but that's just how it is. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And now, just a little addendum. I just want to ramble on a little bit. That's it, by the way. You know, and I'll put all that in the description. But I kind of want to analyse the difference a little bit between LPing and streaming, because they're the same, but they're different. And I like both, but they both have pluses and minuses. And I instantly regret talking about this because I should have written down what those were. But basically, with streaming, they're really good for like interacting with people and for you know getting questions instantly there and comments about the game and what to do basically and gameplay hints and stuff like that. It's really good for games that I'm not too sure about, which of course isn't Baldur's Gate, but the likes of Arx Vitalis, which I played on it, and indeed to a lesser extent, but Invisible War, you know, there's been people helping with that as well. I have a question and it's answered within 40 seconds, which is the lag, Twitch lag, the chat lag. So it's really nice for that. I really like it. I really like the instant back and forth between the chat and me. The bad side of it is though that, you know, I've got to do it at a certain time, so it's very stringent. You know, I can't just record it and then upload it at a certain point. And people might have other things to do. You know, people have to remember to come there. It has to be part of their routine. It might not suit everyone. Somebody may want to watch it who can't, and so they miss it. And yes, they can watch the recordings, but it's a stream. It's not an LP. So you miss the interaction that I'm giving people in the chat, and I don't think watching a stream recording is the same as watching an LP, because an LP is entirely different. With an LP, you don't get that instant back and forth with people. You don't get as much feedback. The thing with LPing is, you know, you could put an hour's video out and you can get comments about one particular thing in that entire hour. Someone might have watched the entire hour and really enjoyed it, but they only comment about 38 minutes 20 when I missed a chest or whatever, you know. And so there's less feedback on what you're doing. You get less of a vibe about how people feel about what you're doing, if you like, on YouTube, because people tend to hone in on the points of interest and not the video as a whole, whereas on Twitch the feedback is constant. People are always commenting about what's happening and helping and such. Equally, help is not as readily available on a YouTube video, so if I miss something in my inventory in a Twitch chat and then I exit it, I'll get a message on the chat saying, oh look, no, it was there, you know, you just have to scroll down a little bit more. And I was like, oh, I'll go back in my inventory and I'll look for it and I'll find it. And that saves a lot of effort, well, a lot of time and a lot of annoyance, I guess. Whereas in a YouTube video, I look through my inventory, I don't see it. I just don't see it. There's no way there's no way the comments can say, oh, but it was there. Well, they can, but they know it's futile. And that's when I can get some rather annoyed people on YouTube videos going, it was in your inventory, you just didn't see it. And of course then I went around looking for this object that I didn't need. That doesn't happen on Twitch, or streams in general, you know. But at the same time on YouTube, it's a recording that's recorded as a recording, if you like, so anybody can watch it any time and participate. Alright, with the blind LPs especially, input is more relevant, you know, if it reaches me sooner rather than later, but people can still comment on things that happen and I'll still get that, and it works better on a YouTube video that way than it does on a Twitch video, if you like, because I've already got the input on Twitch, whereas on YouTube, you know. And also on YouTube I get longer comments, especially certain users on my Witcher LP. I'm thinking of Cyber Director Cyber Director, I can't remember your name, dude, you know who I mean though, Cyber, and way too many guest users. Those YouTube guys write really long comments about that. You don't get that on Twitch. You get maybe 1 or 2 lines a comment, because obviously it's more fast paced and stuff. So you can get more in depth, almost more in depth feedback on YouTube. Yeah, in a way, if people take the time to do it, which they generally don't, but I do appreciate people who do. Cyber Director Freedom, I believe it is. So anyway, so they have pluses and negatives between them, and I think that the game that you play does determine quite a lot about your enjoyment from it. So games like Arx Fatalis I would never have finished as an LP. Well, I probably would, but it would be more difficult than having somebody, i.e. Mr. Vanguard, in the chat saying what I needed to do if I got stuck, and just helping and generally, you know, giving his advice, as well as others. Would have been that game worked a lot better as a stream than it did a YouTube thing. So that's what I've sort of learned over the past, definitely the past 2 months. You know, with learning so much, with streaming so much, just about the differences between them. I really should have turned stream off, shouldn't I? Never mind. But that's my plan anyway. To recap, to go through, to rewind back, my plan is to finish Deus Ex Invisible War on Twitch, and then stop streaming so regularly. I will keep the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, I will keep the creative writing stream, but I will move what I can to Hitbox, because I prefer it, I like it. may well be streams Friday nights, Saturday nights, of random stuff that I want to do, but the regularity of the streams will peter off, apart from obviously the 2 times a week that I'm going to keep. But on YouTube, because I'm stopping all that stuff, I will be able to start some more stuff. I'll be able to play probably the Vampire the Masquerade or Morrowind and Saints Row 3. Now don't forget, Morrowind will take months, whereas Vampire the Masquerade is not as long a game, so that's why I'm leaning towards playing that, and then I'll do Morrowind. I just really want to play Morrowind again, man. So, and that's I was looking for my angle on the Morrowind LP, and I thought, yeah, that's it, that's Tribunal, that's what I want to do. But obviously I've got to do the main quest first, and I don't think you mind me doing that too much, will you? Will you? I hope not. And role-playing it as a character, but I'm not sure who I want to play as yet, because I've just thought of that in the past day or so. Right then, that is me rambling on. Done. I hope you enjoyed your vodka or whatever you were drinking, and hopefully I will see you soon for either a stream or an LP or whatever. But yeah, changes, hopefully for the better. Always adapting and changing and, you know, trying to evolve and better myself in certain ways. So, yeah, better balance, I think, in that way. Okay then, right, I'm gonna go. Cheers for watching, and I shall see you soon. Okay, you guys take care. Do that for me? Cool. Alright then. Toodaloo, guys.